This weekend we'll see the first ever Ryan Nyambe derby, that's right, as Wigan and the DW will take on Blackburn bloody Rovers. Who's going to come out on top? We're going to take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another match preview. Look forward to Blackburn Rovers' latest match. That's right, up against Wigan at the DW, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new where you've been, smash your subscribe button, bang up to all things Rovers related, Championship related, World Cup related later this year. That's right, of course, big shout out to my sponsors. That's right, Blue Rose Capital for this video, and of course their extensive backing on the content that you'll see, of course, here. Of course, let's jump into the deep end, of course, and build up to the game, which does, of course, kick off this coming Saturday. All right then, folks, here we go, building up to the first ever Ryan Nyambe derby. Of course, he did make the move this past summer, and he's now pulling on the Ticks jersey, and of course he's looking for his first goal. He never scored for Rovers. Will he score for Wigan? That is the age-old question. Of course, these are the coaches, Liam Richardson. Of course, now Liam Richardson, some might not know this, came through the ranks as a Rovers player. Was on the youth books way back when. I don't think he ever got a game, and I was actually touting him as a potential successor for Tony Mowbray over the summer, but basically I touted everybody as a successor for Tony Mowbray over the summer because I just wanted somebody coming in. His record so far is 1.5 points per game, of course, stretching all the way back to April 2021. His success rate against Rovers is played 1 and won 1, so he's got a good success rate against Rovers heading into this. Yondar Thompson's success rate is right here, right now, is 1.66 points a match, and of course he will look to extend that or improve that this coming weekend. Of course, let's take a look at the most valuable players according to transfermarket.com. Of course, we know about Diaz. He remains £14.4 million rated, but of course he will be leaving for scot-free at the end of the season if something doesn't happen in that regard. Moving forward, of course, the most expensive player for Wigan, believe it or not, is a former Rover. That's right, of course, Ryan Nyambe, valued around about 2.25, give or take. His value at the moment. Let's take a quick look at the teams then in all their glory. Of course, the value for Wigan's squad at the moment is around about £16.79 million. Rovers are up to 40.28, of course. So we've got an average age of 24.4, which is great. They have a 27.7 average age for them. They have 5 national team players compared to our 2. We have 4 youth national players. They have 14 foreigners compared to our 7. Let's take a look at the ratio then. Of course, over the last 20-odd years, Wigan and Rovers have played 29 times in all competitions, all venues. They've won 9 of them, we've won 13 of them, and there's been 7 draws. Of course, Wigan, at the moment, coming to this on a 50% ratio here. 1-2 lost 2 and draw 2 of the last 6, but actually just 1 defeat past 5 for them. Up against the Rovers side, they've won 2 and lost 2 over the last 4. Let's take a look at Wigan then. Of course, they're running so far. The last 5, they pick up a monstrous 2-1 win over Luton. At Luton, that's not an easy feat. Prior to that, they had a couple of results there. A draw against West Brom at the DW, and of course a monstrously heavy defeat against the Freakazoids. Prior to that, they did beat Birmingham on the road, and a draw against Bristol City, which is something we can do. So realistically, they ain't no slouches, guys. They ain't no slouches. Of course, heading out of this game, they'll take on Huddersfield Town. Then they'll take on Reading. Of course, the last game before the international break. Then it is Rotherham away, Hull City away, and Cardiff at home. Let's take a look at their squad right now. Of course, at the back, they've got Ben Amos between the sticks, usually. Jack Watmore alongside the likes of Tom Pearce, perhaps. Darika Waka, the Zimbabwean Capitano, I think he is. Ryan Nyambe there in there. Gwyn Edwards, brought in from maybe Peterborough or Ipswich or something. Will Keane, of course, in the forward line. James McLean on the left-hand side. Josh McGuinness, Nathan Broadhead, who will score goals, and Ashley Fetch as well. So they've got some nice little players that have got experience at this level. Of course, some nice young guns as well. Let's take a look at, of course, the players of the season so far. James McLean, on average, is the better player according to SofaScore here. Jack Watman's up there as well. Will Keane, Max Power, Jason Kerr, McGuinness, White, Kilt, Edmonds Green, and Amos. Of course, Nyambe's only just broken into the squad, and he looks the real bloody deal. Of course, here is my team for you for Wigan coming at you. We got to Amos, Tilt, Watmore, and Kerr at the back there. McLean on the left-hand side, Nyambe at the right. Naylor, Power, that's Max Power. Of course, Keane, Lang, and McGuinness. Of course, pretty much the identical, if not is the identical team that Wigan used against Luton Town this past weekend. Let's take a look at the stats then, shall we? Wilkins got a couple of goals so far. McGuinness, McLean, and Broadhead all have 1. As for Yellows, Power's got a couple. So has actually Power's got 3. Nyambe 2. Amos and Bennett have 1. Bennett's also got a red. red card as well. Take a look at the stats then coming at you. The goals are coming through open play, 3 of them in there, 43% of their goals coming there. Set pieces, I've got a goal there, counter-attack, penalty and an own goal. When they're in possession, they prefer the right-hand side, 50% of it is coming down the right side, 43% of their possession is in the middle third, 27% going forward and 30% going back. Their shots, 74% of course coming down the middle and 14% down the left. And of course they do prefer the 18-yard box, 58% of the shots coming at you from the middle of the, in the 18-yard area. They've got 11% in that scrappy deputy zone and 30% long-range cookies as well. Let's take a look at, of course, Blackburn Bloody Rovers then, shall we? So Rovers come into this on a bit of wobbly form right here, right now. Of course, they did lose to Bristol City at home this past weekend. Prior to that was a bigger North-West crunch clash against Blackpool. They did pick up the W there. Prior to that, we lost to Stoke. We did beat Bradford, and of course, we lost to Sheffield United. Realistically, it's not good form right now, and of course, we are trying to find an identity after gone 5 years with, of course, the Mowbray mask. But that has, of course, been removed. Heading out of this game, it is Watford. That's, of course, midweek game next week. Then it's Luton Town, of course, the following week. And, of course, then Millwall, the first game back after the international break. Then Cardiff, and then Rotherham, of course. Some games there we should be picking up some results as well. Take a look at the squad, which has, of course, been improved over the transfer window. We did bring in the likes of Hyam, of course, he's here. Clinton Moller as well at the back, contended to maybe start this weekend. Of course, George Hurst joined them as well with Sammy Smodic as well. Let's take a look at the squad then. In fact, we'll look at the squad in a second. This squad, the best player so far, Ayala, 7.23 rated. Wharton's up there with 7.2. Travis, Anna Morton, Kaminsky, Hedges, Brereton, Diaz, Carter, Phillips and Dolan. Some young guns in there, guys. But this is my lineup. I've got Kaminsky between sticks. I've got Eden on the left-hand side. We've got Mola on the left by the left side of the centre-back. And we've got Hyam and Carter. Makeshift 11, or makeshift back 4 there. Yeah, we'll see what we get. Of course, Buckley, Dak, Travis in midfield in the trio. You could argue for Wharton, you could argue for Morton, but I'm just going to go back to my tried and trusted. Diaz, Dolan and Hurst up top. That's, of course, my 11. Let me know your 11 down below. Of course, the goals coming from Diaz with 4 so far, Dak with 2, Travis 2, and Mackenda's got 2. Again, mostly in the cup, though. Yellows, Scallion with 3, Travis 3, Dak 2, and Raki Casella with 2. No reds so far. 78% of our goals coming through open play, 1 set piece, 1 counter attack, no penalties, no own goals. When we're in possession, we prefer the right to the left-hand side, but only just. When we're in possession, of course, we prefer, we're more often than not in the middle third, 42% of the time in the middle third. And of course, our shot directions prefer the left-hand side to the right. And of course, we have got 0 shots, 0% of our shots in that 6-yard area, of course. So that's something that we need to improve on. Let's take a look at, of course, Wigan's home form versus our away form. We have got back-to-back away wins for Rovers, and Wigan haven't picked up a win at home all season, picking up 3 draws and a loss. So maybe, just maybe, that is some motivation that Rovers can use heading into this. Let's take a look at the recent results then. However, this is not good reading. This is the last 6, both home and away. Of course, back-to-back wins for Wigan, picking up a 3-2 win in the FA Cup last time around. Of course, last time we played in the league, it was a 2-0 win for Wigan back in June 2020. And in fact, they've actually gone 3 games without a loss to Rovers. Let's take a look at the record at the DW is even worse. Played 6 and haven't won at all, have Rovers. Last time we picked up a point was a 0-0 draw back in October 2017. I was in League 1 as well. I remember that game. I think I was in Philly, and I wasn't watching it. I think it was a stupid. I know it sounds stupid. It was a Pokemon weekend. We were out there, and I've lost it. We're not going to talk about it. I'm admitting my frailties here. Of course, let's take a look at the characteristics of what we can expect from this game. The strengths of Wigan, of course, long shot opportunities, aerial duels, coming back from losing position, and defending set pieces. Their weaknesses, though, keeping possession of the ball and defending against long shots. Their style of play is coming down the right side and also through the middle. Long balls, a lot of long shots, playing in their own half, and a consistent first 11. Rovers' strengths, though, creating chances through balls, chances through individual skill, protecting the lead. Our weaknesses, though, avoiding fouling in dangerous areas, aerial duels, defending against set pieces, defending against counter-attacks. Our style of play is down the left, long shots, short passes, attempted through balls often, playing in our own half, rotating the 11, and of course opponents play aggressively against us. Forecast says Wigan will dominate in the air. Take a look at the stats then for the league as a whole. As you can see, Burnley are the best possession-based side in the league. Who'd have thunk it? Of course, Norwich, Swansea, West Brom, and then Cardiff pick up the Power 5. The most aggressive, though, is Borough, then Mowbray, Preston, Bristol City, and then Swansea. Aerial duels, winning area. Wigan lead the charge on that one quite convincingly. Preston, Wigan, Millwall, Watford, and QPR. Shots per game, Norwich, the Baggies, the Blades, the Freaks, and of course Stoke there, of course, and pass accuracy, Swansea, Norwich, Burnley, West Brom, and QPR. Let's take a look at, of course, what else is going on this weekend out in the Championship. Of course, as you can see, Burnley taking on Norwich, of course. That's the early days on Friday. There's Cardiff, Hull, QPR, Huddersfield, Wigan, Rovers. That's the game of the day, and we will have a watch-along. We're hopefully having a combined 11. We'll hopefully chat with some fans as well from Wigan, and of course the follow-through a pre-game perhaps. We'll probably have a vlog, a reaction, fan reaction. We got it all here. It's going to be all the way through. Extensive coverage. Your one-stop shop, of course, for Blackburn Rovers content. Watford, Reading, of course, down Vicarage Road. Sheffield United against Rotherham. It's Bramall Lane. Stadium Light hosts, of course, Sunderland against Millwall. Blackpool against Middlesbrough. Coventry, West Brom. Bristol City against Preston. Birmingham against Swansea, and Stoke. So this is what the table does look like. Rovers are in 7th spot, but a win for us today or this weekend could go up as high as 3rd. Of course, Wigan are down into 15th, but a win for them. They could actually leapfrog Rovers up as high as 5th in the table. Goodness gracious me, is that tight? It is, of course, the Championship, and of course they do have a game in hand as well. The journey so far for both seasons, both teams here. Of course, Rovers have had a okay start, but sit in 7th spot. Wigan, of course, steady Eddie down the bottom there, but of course will make a surge with a win this weekend. Take a look at the stats then, the goal scorers to avoid. Esteban with 7. He's running away with it right now. Stewart's up there with 5. Sargent with 5 as well. Diaz up there with 4. Ndai, Willock, Wells, Conway, Rodriguez, and Brownhill all on 4. As for the assists, Wyman, Johansson, Barcelar, Hedges, and Chair complete the pack. What's my pick for this then? My prediction for the scoreline, I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw here. We don't go to Wigan, we don't get a result. We are a bit of they are a bit of a bogey side for us. I just want us to get back to at least not losing ways in a busy week up ahead for Rovers. Next week we got Watford, and then I think we have Luton in a very busy 8 days. So let's get over the line, get some points in the bag, and move the chains again. That's it, my friends. Of course, don't forget to check out links down on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course, once again, big shout out to Blue Rose Capital for sponsoring this video, and also smash your subscribe, smash the thumbs up, smash the bell. Can Rovers get back to winning ways this weekend? Let's bloody hope so, hey? Let's bloody hope so. But until that, guys and girls, we're going to go. See you later. Be safe out there, and I am out.